Yes, the last existing ship of that era or that vintage is quite old.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, these are all ships that sail
Yeah.
up and down the coast. And the ferry boat is a walking beam engine.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Neat.
And you get different tours at different times.
Oh, yeah, kind of like the little boy that likes to
Oh, I was going to say over there, so that whole thing used to be military, and now it's part of the park. But
Fort Mason, yeah.
The white building there, it's going under massive renovation. That was built, it looks like a ship, is what it's supposed to look like. It's a maritime museum, and they're doing major work. But that was built in the 30s, and you know, art, modern, streamlined style.
Yeah.
And the Fontana apartments, those were built, I think, in the 60s, and after those were built, that was San Francisco's version of New York tearing down Penn Station.
Yeah.
People got so enraged that those buildings were built at the waterfront, you know, destroying the view and everything. It caused major changes in zoning.
Little cable cars climb halfway to the stars. Hyde Street.
Get him from or get him to
This is the cannery where we ate at, or in the building where we ate at.
Kid climbed the downspout.
Oh yeah.
One story and jumped off. Building doesn't look like built. This is pretty old.
Yeah. That alarm can get old very quickly. Pete and I are going to walk across the Golden Gate Bridge. I've been wanting to walk across it for years and years. This is the first time I get a chance to. That looks very deco.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, the bridge is very deco.
And thank you again, Pete, for letting me, for being a great, a fantastic tour guide. Oh, and there's Alcatraz.
Yeah, it's neat how you can see something.
Beechwood. Yeah. Joseph Stroud, the engineer, more or less. Giannini, I guess.
Oh, well, that's right. He was the first to buy the.
Which way are we heading? Oh, this way? Okay, good. Oh, good. You can get a nice view of the bridge, too. Oh, wow. Love it, love it, love it.
The other thing they did to make it architecturally interesting compared to the Bay Bridge, if you look under the deck, they have those X's for supports. The Bay Bridge
Is X's all the way, right?
And this one, they have these graceful arches, and the arches there's 3 of them, and they get smaller as you go up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and then this whole structure, this arch, Strauss insists, there's a Civil War era Fort Point, and Strauss insisted on including the arch to save the fort, because originally they were going to wipe out the fort, and that's now a historic, National Park Service site.
That's great. I think the fog is lifting a bit.
Yeah.
Which would be nice if by the time we got to the other side, it would be lifted completely. As Pete pointed out, the tide is definitely coming in. Do you know the name of the fort?
Oh, Fort Point.
Fort Point?
Yeah. There used to be a hill, and they leveled it to build the fort. I think it's about 1860s. It's a pretty massive place. And then there's some, just on the other side, I always like this brickwork.
Oh, you didn't particularly want to go in there right now, do you?
Yeah.
You do? Okay.
It's pretty short.
No, it's short, okay.
And then...
Oh, and it gets better as you go along. Oh,
yeah.
Good.
This is the fortifications from about 1860s.
Do you know what the name of this plant, this growing, that...
Ice plant.
Yes, what?
Ice plant.
Ice plant,
The
okay.
one, the succulent, yeah.
Yeah.
They planted it a lot along freeways, and it tends to grow. I think it grows pretty quickly.
Yeah, you can see it a little bit better. Of course, inevitable graffiti.
Yes.
What a beautiful structure.
Yeah, someone commented, and I think they're right, it almost enhances the...
It does. I could see how at first people were afraid that a bridge would destroy the beauty, but it really does enhance the beauty.
It was one of the few man-made structures I think enhances the beauty. And the color is, works. I think if it were silvery, it would come up. Recently opened, it's kind of upscale, but they're going to, you can have conferences there, stay in the old buildings. A restaurant.
This is the former Fort Barry.
Depending how we go, we might walk through there.
Yeah.
Sausalito is behind the clump.
A what?
Sausalito is behind that big clump of trees over there.
Oh yeah.
And this is Angel Island over here, this peak.
Oh, that's Angel Island? Oh, it's Angel Island's big, huh?
Yeah, which used to be an immigration station, the Ellis Island of the West. They're in the process of restoring the buildings. That were they would detain Asians there for a long time, and there's a whole bunch of graffiti that was written on the walls in Chinese and Japanese.
Neat. Actually, you get some great views of Alcatraz, like framed by branches, which is really beautiful.
Yeah, and actually, the Angel Island State Park, and they have a few campsites. What I've been wanting to do with David, and he seems interested, is take our bicycles. You can take a ferry over there and then spend. Through the Sierra Club, the Gay and Lesbian Sierrans, they were doing a volunteer work party to help clean up some of the trails. And that was an interesting story. As a reward, we got to spend the night and camp out on Alcatraz, either in the cells or...
You were able to stay in a cell?
Yeah. The only problem was there was a lesbian couple that was going at it, and it was echoing through it was very loud. But I was afraid I was going to wake up and freak out and not realize where I was, but I remembered when I woke up.